go.
Oh,
Don't
it smells
undercurry
so
it.
good. This one is
Beautiful.
it is very beautiful.
Yeah. Oh, it's great, just the way it is.
Did I mention this was my bread? This is tastier.
It's gonna be fine.
There's a lot of love in there.
There's a lot of love.
Gotta be better. Hello, Westonites, Westonians, Western people from the West. Hello, Weston. Welcome to another new episode of Weston Cooks. I am Chef Mirela. Remember me, Mirela? And today I'm back with a very, very special recipe and even more special friend who's going to help me do this. As I mentioned, my trip to South Africa was like a dream come true for me. It was so awesome. But I was there with my very good friends, Marianne and Kevin. Kevin is a chef. And today together we're going to do babooti. It is South African national dish. And my very good friend and Chef Kevin is here. Come on, Kevin. Yeah.
How you doing?
And hey. So they hosted me last November, was it? Right?
Yes.
And we had such a lovely time. We cooked together, we traveled, we went to Botswana together.
South Africa and Botswana?
South Africa and Botswana.
Game reserve?
Game reserve. We'll talk
Lots
all
of
about
animals?
it. It's right. And we actually killed them cooking one of them.
Right. No, we didn't cook those.
So anyway, I'm going to do the vegan version, a Botswanan lentil babooti, and Kevin is going to do the real traditional, fantastic beef and lamb babooti.
Beef and lamb.
So not fair. His is going to taste better for sure.
No, it's not.
But I'm going to hold my own. Vegan it is.
Yep.
So, so we
You have to start with pronunciation.
Oh, God, right.
Right? We got to do the
Babooti.
pronunciation. It's babooti.
Did you see that? A rolling babooti.
You gotta get that second syllable in, even though it's B-O-B-O-T-I-E. It's not bobo tie.
It's not bobo tie.
It's babooti.
And I heard babooti. Babooti.
Oh yeah,
so
it's lots of little.
It's awesome. Yep. Right. So babooti is where the cultures, spices, and cuisines collide in Cape Town, South Africa. You see this. Big. When I first actually saw the recipe, I said, hell no, I'm not gonna, I said, no, I'm not gonna try this one. This is crazy, it has raisins in this, for God's sake, and apples. And then, it's this crazy combination of sweet and spice.
Sweet and spicy, for sure.
And it's chutney and curry and it's raisins and it's meat and oh my God, it's just absolutely awesome.
It's a great blend of a lot of good things.
Yeah. So you've been to South Africa for so many years now. You've
been going there for 20 or more years.
20
almost
years.
Almost every year.
Okay.
And we keep spending more and more time there, so it feels like becoming a part of the culture. Part of the furniture, pretty much.
Right, exactly. And Kevin and I have something else in common. We're both engineers. He's a programmer, software engineer. I'm an EE, electrical wireless engineer.
Done that for a while.
We both did this. We realized that, hey, we love cooking. We're both chefs. So, aprons, hair, nails, jewelry, everything should go out.
Jewelry, huh? Hope I don't forget this.
Yeah, we don't want you divorced today, Kevin.
Right.
You're lucky. Your wife is gorgeous.
She is.
Okay.
Wait, I gotta get my hair out of my eyes too. There we go.
Perfect. So, in our trip in South Africa, we went to this amazing restaurant in the winery in Cape Town. It's just a dream place.
Yep.
And then we both fell in love with this. Look at this rustic apron. So I don't have my Mirela today, but now you know me, so I'm famous. So we're both going with a South African apron. It's rough and tough and beautiful. It's just like South Africa, isn't it?
Tough and beautiful.
Yeah.
That's what South Africa is.
Like
rough
a
and tough and beautiful.
It has leather in it.
Yeah. Everywhere.
It's awesome.
Cool.
It's absolutely awesome. And look, it has a leather pouch just for my towel. Anyway, there you go. Okay, chef, just
Right.
tell us about babuti.
Okay, so we're talking about the ingredients that go into a traditional bobotie, and that's going to be ground beef or lamb. And today it's definitely going to be lamb. I like it better. I think it's a different flavor and it's really nice. There's onions involved that go in with the beef when you go to cook it, and then it's definitely going to have some chutney, apricot preserves, golden raisins, salt, which I believe is pink Himalayan salt today.
Yes.
That's great. Salt and pepper, and curry powder. And I would definitely recommend getting whenever you can, the South African curries and South African chutney. Mrs. Ball's, this is South African chutney. You can get it at Marty's Liquors, but also online. And this Raja curry. I've messed around with curries that some of them worked, some of them didn't. Other curries that weren't this one. This is the one that my South African wife says works the best. So that's why I go with this. And basically we just start cooking. Pretty much it's just browning ground beef, mixing in with all these spices and things, and then it finishes off in the oven with an egg custard.
Stop for a second and see the collision of cultures and flavors here. So you have sweet, you have chutney,
Right.
and then you have a curry.
There's a little bit
Boom.
of heat in the
and
chutney.
And like this is not crazy enough, it ends up with a custard. I'm like, wow, it's amazing. It's so unusual. I was really blown away. But everything works in the end.
It does. You get this beautiful blending of flavors. And
I
the
know.
custard gives it another bit of slight sweetness, but it binds it together and it
That's right.
gives you a presentation, the whole thing.
Absolutely.
And then we finish it with some sides too. We'll serve it.
Yeah.
You can serve it with rice.
Yes.
You can serve it with a sambal, which I'm going to make, and I'll show you that in a little while.
Uh-huh.
And some people put bananas. I like that, and I'll be showing you that too. And onions, other type of sides that you can put along with it.
So, in Botswana, when we went to Botswana,
Yes.
we actually cooked with
Chef Gomes.
Chef Gomes.
She was awesome.
How sweet it was. She
Beautiful.
met us in the kitchen. We cooked with her. It was one of the resorts in Botswana.
Yep.
A beautiful human being.
Yep.
She actually gave us the recipe for her lentil babuti and other recipes. Very generous of her. But in Botswana, that's what we tried, the lentil babuti. Now, you know me, I don't measure. And what's the best recipe for me? It's the one
you like.
The one I like. So I switched things around. I made this recipe many times, played a little bit around with flavors, but actually the original is pretty close to this. I guess the generations of South African wisdom and cook.
I think she's made
solid.
it a few thousand times for a lot of people.
Yeah,
So.
and Marianne, Kevin's wife, bought me some spices, and they look at this. They come on. It's a babuti spice.
Babuati.
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 And I'm not going to use this because it's so cute. I want to keep this, and has a recipe on the other side. Back to my lentil babuti. Lentils, the star of the dish, instead of lamb. Not fair. But they're delicious.
They are.
They're packed with nutrition.
Yes.
And I decided this time not to just do the regular lentils, we all know, but some green and yellow lentils. I made sure there are many types of lentils. I usually go shop to Indian grocery stores and you'll see maybe 30, 40 lentil
Really?
types there, yeah? And between different colors and different sizes, it's just an amazing array of lentils. I made sure that I mixed the colors, but I kept the size a little bit similar, the same actually.
So they come in different sizes.
Yeah, they do. Some are small, some are much bigger. So
Are the
this
flavors
one,
different between the
yes,
colors? They are.
a little tiny,
Yeah.
very like. So the mixing, I like the mixing a lot.
Cool.
So these are 3 types of lentils. Onions. Here's what I think. In every dish, the onions will bring the richness and they have this savory and caramelized when they're just cooked.
That's
a
right.
bit of sweetness. So I find that more onions, I just increased the recipe amount of onions. And I saw you yesterday, and Bernard did the babuti. You had a lot of onions too.
Yeah, a lot of
so
onions in there too.
So here's my take on the dry fruits. Apricots were there in the recipe, but I put raisins and of course cranberries. There's no dish good without cranberries. We're in New England
anyway, right?
And I love cranberries. And ginger. Ginger is, this is caramelized ginger, candied ginger, which I love. So I put a little bit of that in here. Those are the ingredients. This is my curry paste. For this one, I use the mild curry paste. I also found this in the Indian store. You can make it or do it yourself. This is tomato paste. You can use tomatoes, fresh tomatoes, or other tomato sauce. I like the paste because it's sweeter and it's more intense, and it doesn't raise the level of acidity in the dish, which I like. Garlic, of course, and here it is. So
here it is.
This is my trick, guys, to make everything vegan better. It is roasted butternut squash.
Yeah.
So what happens is the recipe calls for bread soaked in milk.
That's right.
Right? I tried it with bread soaked in different vegan type milks. Almond, soy, oat worked well, but nothing is better than roasted squash.
So you skip the bread altogether and you just use the squash.
Yes, just this. This is the binding one for me.
Excellent.
And it adds a little sweetener, a sweet thing, a sweet tone to the dish. And it's so much better.
Cool.
Instead of custard, thanks to you, I tried many custards. They worked, it was okay. And then Kevin said, hey, did you try polenta? I'm like, damn, you're genius.
Yeah.
Yes, polenta will be perfect. It actually worked much better than the custard. I tried the vegan custard with arrowroot and oatmeal. Worked good. It was really good. My teens love it and they're picky.
Yeah.
So polenta is way better.
Good.
I loved it.
Good.
It adds a structure, but I cooked the polenta
A little
up front.
sweetness.
A little sweetness.
Yep.
And this one has the oat milk in there and some spices and garlic. So this will be on top, just like the custard. The other thing for the spices, all my Indian friends will be so proud of me looking at this. This is some typical Indian spice containers. I love them. I started, when I went vegan for a year, spices really make a difference in cooking. So
Right.
you can make any vegetable look and taste better than meat. If you use the right spices. So I have here, the recipe calls for coriander, a little cumin, and I'm going to put a little bit of mustards, dried mustards, because I just like it. And that's about it. For the color, I put a little bit of turmeric in there too, for both the polenta and the dish. And that's about it. This, if you're wondering, the other spices in Indian cuisine, usually they flavor the oil before they put the onions in, and they put the whole spices, not ground, like the mustard seeds and like the coriander and all that. But I'm not going to use this today. I'm just going to use the curry powder, and I'm going to mix the herbs myself so I get to the curry I like.
Perfect.
That's it. So we're going to go back to the oven and start cooking. That's good.
Step one, saute the onions.
Babuti.
Babuti. All right, here we go.
That one. Okay, avocado oil because it wants a very high burning point.
Yeah.
Onions go in. Sweat it.
Sweat.
Sweat the onion. No.
A little hot.
Beautiful.
Yeah. And then while these are sweating,
Okay, well,
you want to get your bread soaking in the milk. And depending on what bread you use, like you've got, this is a sourdough.
I know, I made
It's
the bread.
Morales
I made
sourdough.
the bread.
And it's dense, so it's going to need to soak for a good long time because we want it to be soft.
You know, I
And
brought the sourdough starter from Albania.
You did?
Yeah.
Awesome.
and I keep having it
So
in
it's
the
been around.
freezer. Yeah, it's still in my freezer.
And you just keep replenishing
I
it every
keep
time.
redoing it. Yeah,
Perfect.
the best bread in town.
Too hot. Yep.
Okay. So, do you remember your first baboti?
My first babouti? Do I remember my first one? I've had so many, I don't think I do actually, but
Yeah,
it was definitely in South Africa.
I remember mine. You cooked it.
I did.